Hey, welcome to another episode of GeekOutdoors.com. So in some previous episodes, I talked about my entire Linux laptop journey leading up to this laptop that I have right here. And so if you have not seen those episodes, I will leave it in the description area below and you can check those out. And so one of the biggest reasons why I ended up with this laptop is for 4K. Both for 4K playback and most importantly, 4K content creation. Now, I actually shoot pretty much all my videos in 4K using my Panasonic Lumix G85, but the majority of videos that I actually produce is 1080p. However, I can also do 4K with this laptop, and I'm going to be going over the real-world usage of this. And so this laptop right here, this is an HP laptop, and I did get this for approximately $500 US. But ever since I got it about a month ago, it's already dropped in price to $400. So really bad timing, but that's great for you if you are looking for a brand new laptop that can also do 4K. But I want to show you some of the things that come with it at these specs and this price range. And so let's go ahead and go over the realities of what you can do with 4K with this machine. Okay, so let's start by looking at the actual specs of this machine. It comes with an Intel Core i3 8th generation CPU running at 2.2 gigahertz. It has 2 cores, 4 threads, and it has 8 gigs of RAM. Now, in terms of storage, it comes with the default of 128 gigs of SSD storage. And what I did, I added an additional 1 terabyte of storage, making it more of a content creator machine. So let's go straight into the video editing portion, which is where the majority of people are going to have potential issues when it comes to 4K. And so right here, I do have a 4K project file in Kdenlive. The actual clip that I have, it's not a very long clip, it's like 23 seconds, but its resolution is 3840 by 2160. And if you've never done 4K before in terms of video editing, you'll notice real quick that the amount of hardware you have makes a big difference. So right here, whenever I have a playback, especially if you have a lot of different things on your project timeline, then things are going to be really choppy. As you can see right there, it is super choppy. And then it gets better as you have less things going on. And so that's the first thing I do want to mention. Whenever you do video editing and you have 4K, the more complex your project is, the slower things are going to get, at least by default. But there are ways that you could actually improve this. The first way is if your video editor has something called proxy clips. So here in Kdenlive, if I go here to project settings, I could turn on proxy clips. And what this will allow you to do is generate smaller files of your clips. So then that way you could actually do editing here with these smaller files. And then whenever you produce it, it will be, in 4K still, and so that is something that you could definitely take advantage of, because if you don't, then just realize that you're going to get a lot of choppy playback on your videos. That's for sure. And so right now it's actually creating the proxy clips, but I think you get the point there. That's how you could actually make your workflow work a lot faster. Now, in terms of actually producing 4K, this machine has no problems doing that. Once I render, it'll go ahead and render this whole project in 4K. And for this entire clip, which is about 1 minute and 9 seconds total, if I went back here to my older ones, it took me approximately 6 minutes and 15 seconds. And so the actual file that was produced, it came out to about 91 megs, and that took 6 minutes to produce that. And so this is the reality of producing 4K with this machine at these specs. Just understand that if you are going to be video editing, it will be choppy unless you make proxy clips out of it. And then most importantly, out of that, it's going to take time. Okay, just realize that if you are going to produce this 4K footage in 4K in the end, it will take longer. Okay, so there's really nowhere around that unless you have more powerful hardware. And so those are basically the real world usage of doing 4K with a machine with these type of specs. And as you can see, you could definitely do 4K. You just have to, do a few things in your video editor, and also you're just going to have to be patient whenever it comes to rendering time. And as a matter of fact, this entire episode is done in 4K on this particular laptop. So That's it for this particular video. If you had any thoughts on anything that I talked about today, whether you are doing 4K on your laptop or you're thinking about doing 4K, I'd like to know that as well, and also the specs that you have on your machine. So as always, if you did get value out of these videos, be sure to share, like, and subscribe. Hey geeks, if you are a creative geek like me and you wanted to learn how to create content on YouTube and other places on the internet, then check out my Gold Content Creators group, where you'll get access to 30 videos plus additional content for all the creative geeks out there. And the best part of it is, all of this is free. Simply head over to the link below, check out my page, and sign up for my Gold Content Creators group. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the other side. Thanks for checking out this episode. And as always, if you like these videos, be sure to click on the subscribe button. And for full written content, audio content, and additional geek stuff, head over to geekoutdoors.com, and I'll see you outdoors on the very next episode.